Hello, hello. A spooky, spooky month to you. Today we are doing vampires. Gift of Fangs. Nice little removal spell, but also good to slap on any of these little vampires. I mean, they already have fangs, but you know what I mean. First strike, beautiful. Flying. Ah, I need that +2/+2. Just a regular vampires list. I've got a one of Wedding Invitation. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Tap and sacrifice it. Target creature can't be blocked this turn, and if it's a vampire, it also gains lifelink. There's a few things in here that would be nice to have unblockable. Slaughter Specialist gets really huge throughout the game. Another one would be Unforgiving One. Menace. Whenever Unforgiving One attacks, return target creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the number of modified creatures you control. Menace is a pretty good evasion, but make it unblockable, and you got one or two things you can bring back. He's very nice. Let's just hop into the games, see how this thing does. They did the mash. They did the monster mash. The monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. Kumano. Keep this hand. We'll Voldar in a state to get the Bloodcaster out to get that extra counter. Going against a black deck, that is never good. They always have everything that I don't want them to have. Voldar in a state. We will pay. We'll get a counter. We pass the turn. Alright, let's see cut down. One time. One time. Il vero Giovanni. That sounds like a JoJo reference if I ever saw one. If it's not a JoJo reference, I think there's a carp. There's a carp. Get out of here like a leaf. Oh, I'm not blocking. You kidding me? My grandfather blocked once. It was the worst decision he ever made. Another underdog. Underdog, underdog, underdog. Play the land. That's only the beginning of your end step, so let's just get in there. Pop him in the face. Yeah, that's not gonna go the way you want it. Your underdog is now exiled. What a fool. Play Blood Thief. Put a counter on that, so it is out of range of cut down. Blood Thief's in range still, but you know, you gotta, you win some, you lose some. Eventually I'll play Kumano again. It just works out better this way. I mean, they could also just have regular removal spell. No blocks. If you want to kill my creatures, I'm going to make you actually have the removal spells. Otherwise, I think I can race you. Vampires, vampires, vampires. Swinging in. I said swinging in. You will let me attack before you cut down my creatures. Oh no, he's been grasped. Infernally. Still hit him for 2. And we, Kumano. Ping. And Voldar and Bloodcaster. And we're going to put the counter on the Blood Thief. We want to get out of the cut down range and also out of range of a 2-cost Massacre. They'd get rid of their own underdog, but that's something that a mono black deck would do. They're crazy like that. They're insane. I don't know how a stable person could play a mono black deck in standard right now. They're like, oh yeah, this card's really good. No blocks. You gonna wipe the board? You gonna play Liliana and make me sacrifice a creature? Think I'm a silly man? I am a silly man. I'm a very silly man. Alright. Let us discard our estate. Draw. You know, land is exactly what I wanted to draw right there, you know. Let's get rid of a mountain. See if we can get a better creature than this. Unforgiving one. I like it, I like it. Yeah, let's just get in with a Bloodcaster. Throw down an Unforgiving one. So 3/4. We could have played all of the stuff in our hand. I just am a silly goose. In that case, I think we keep the swamp in our hand so we can discard it in case they have a discard spell. That was just a silly thing on my part. Boom, Bloodcaster. And I just kicked my keyboard cord. Liliana! Of the Veil. Sacrifices a creature. What do I got in there? Well, whatever I get rid of, they're gonna make me get rid of anyway with their Graveyard Trespasser. Except we only have 1 mana to draw a land. You discarded Infernal Grasp? You could have chosen what you were gonna kill instead of playing Liliana. I don't understand you. Alright, so we will play a land. We will discard Epicure. Draw a card. Everything will attack you. I mean, I could attack Liliana. I'll just keep Kimono back. Yeah, we'll attack like that. Boom, get back Epicure. Discard Sulphurous Springs. Get another Epicure, okay. They could double block. We'll definitely get rid of the Trespasser if they double block. Come on, Giovanni. I don't think the Liliana is that important for us to try to get rid of at the moment. If everything lives, then we just choose to discard the Epicure. Possibly. No blocks that go down to 3. I'm guessing they have Apocalypse or... Well, there's a lot of things they could have. But I don't think playing Epicure is good. It becomes a 4/4. Maybe I should have played the Epicure. I regret everything! That'll put us down to 7. I mean, we're living in a chump, which will put something in the graveyard, which means we don't discard Epicure, we discard the swamp. Do you attack with everything, though? You have to kill the Bloodcaster or gain some life, which they're gaining some life by attacking with the Glutton. They don't know I have the Epicure in hand. So if they're only able to gain 1 life, they're going to gain more than that. Liliana. Bam, bam. I never noticed in the mirror she has the veil in her art. And it's a neat little touch. That way you can have her wearing the veil, but you can also have her whole face. Sell more packs. My despair has been invoked. I think here we sacrifice Kumano. Yeah. We don't want them to exile the Epicure with their Glutton. They're going to exile 2 things, and if they exile the Epicure, that's 1 more creature, that's 1 more damage, and we don't want that. They're now tapped out, so we have 1 creature, and they have 0 creatures, so that puts us to 4. Resolve. Past blockers. We block the glutton. Go down to 1. My turn. And then we all attack. Boom. We could have killed the Liliana as well, but we didn't want to. That was good. I liked that. Down to the last point. Great game. And a spooky hand yet again. We will keep this. We shall go for the painful hand. Ow. Going against King Malachi. Generous visitor, eh? Well, I'm going to attack. You want to block? I would like it if your visitor was no longer there. And we will socialite. You're a vampire socialite. All you do is socialize. You're out alone. So young and full of promise. Young and full of promise. Putting that +1 counter on your visitor. It's a spirit. Yeah, no blocks here. We will Haunted Ridge. We shall swing in. I could Gatekeeper. I think that we just want to do Unforgiving one. He doesn't get any benefit, but it's more mana efficient. Next turn we can just play both. Both Gatekeepers. Economy of Transience. No blocks, my friend. Other option, we pay 1, we activate this, we discard the springs, we make sure we play the land before we play the Gatekeeper. We swing out. There is a chance they block, and if they did, then we would exile that instead. We could grow everything. I think I like playing this and exiling the land, so whatever lands they play ends up hurting them. Eventually, it should finish them off. Faster than if I played it on an enchantment or a creature. Take your 2. Alright. King Malachi, I don't know, but you're gonna die. Gotta get you out of here. Borrowed time, show no fear. Alright. Grows a visitor, grows the kami. No, my dude. Alright. Is this a race that you want to do? I mean, you're at 6. Alright. Swing in. Opponent goes down to 4. We are going to Gatekeeper on the enchantment and then Gatekeeper on the creature. So they can't play anything else. This should finish the game. We'll be able to block whatever they play to an extent that will prevent us from dying. Because I don't think they can play anything after this. Play that. We could play the Socialite and pump everything, but I don't see that happening. White, green. There's nothing white and green that can take out a creature for 1 mana. Maybe they got Sword to Plowshares. And I don't have an option. You have to exile something with the Gatekeeper. You play your land, you're safe to do that. Now all you can do is attack me. Alright, block and block. We have first strike. What could you have? Okay, safekeeping. That lets you live. For now. Play the Iganjo. It gets you a land. You have one more card in hand. There's no way you can block enough stuff, though. Unless I'm crazy. I could be crazy. Good game, King Malachi. King Malachi. Alrighty, alrighty. This hand is looking pretty decent. Let's keep it. Dock 'em. Alright. Kumano. Look at me, bumping up at the bump. Mono red deck of some sort. We are definitely going to be playing out our adversary, get some hasty damage in, and hopefully force him to use a bigger spell on this guy. Perfect. That means next turn we'll be able to gatekeeper away their instants, and they'll hurt themselves anytime they want to hurt us. Fable seems good. Alright, let's swing in. Yep, I figured you would not want to block. You might have been more keen on it had you known I was being the gatekeeper. Other options there would be playing the Epicure and leaving up an Undying Malice, but not so great. Alright, Raiju. Gonna grow the dudes. I have no blocks. Would be nice to draw a land here. Gift of Fangs, that's also a very nice draw. I think the best thing here would be to Epicure and Malice, or we could Epicure and Fangs. Fangs on the Gatekeeper is nice, but that leaves him open to getting hit by removal. I think that I gotta do that though. And we'll play defensively here. But I don't see a world where Gatekeeper lives through this turn. Not when they got to discard and draw. Stormseeker could haste up the Reflections of Kiki-Jiki. Reflections could copy the Raiju. They could both get themselves counters and swing in. That seems like a good use of the haste ability on that. Other things they could do, he could copy. I think copying Raiju is the best option here. Interesting. You were supposed to do that before combat, mister. We'll block. That was a slight misplay on their part. They just, the timing was off. It could have been much better for them. I think we play that. And we play another Gatekeeper on creature. And then we'll just pass the turn. Now we've got pretty good defense against whatever they've got going on. It could easily go wrong with any kind of removal spell, though. Especially when they've got a gigantic 6/6 dragon. Holy moly. Let's see what we could have in the deck for that. What are you going to do? +1/+2. Even to the Devastator makes the most sense. That'll knock us down to 6. With 2 Raijus, we should be down to 4. I will block as much as I can, killing as much as I can. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot about the Raiju. Hey, boy. Whew. Alright, past the blockers. Alright, we'll kill you. Kill you. Block you. No, that doesn't make sense. That's going to disappear anyway. Kill you. Block you. Everything's blocked. We'll go down to 2. Our things will die. I can't Undying Malice because of the lightning strike. And then, if that's the case, then we'll just discard Undying Malice and then hope to attack for a lot. Boom. Get a land. Don't have haste. So sadly, the Devastator devastates. And we swing in, give it a good game. Finish me. Alright. At least I'll get finished by a vampire. It's highly unnecessary, Darkham. I'm already dead. No blocks. I can take it. I couldn't take it. Another spooky October, spooky hand. This seems keepable. We will be hitting ourselves quite a bit to start off the game, to make sure that we are staying on curve with Epicure into Bloodcaster. So let's get to it. Now, going against Maxter, or if it's like in Hunter x Hunter where the X is not said, his name is Mater. You have exiled my dude. I am angry now. Alright, I think we start with the Bloodcaster. And the Socialite will get to put a counter on it next turn, should the Bloodcaster survive. And if it doesn't, we will be a sad person. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Let's get in for 2. And Socialite. Boom. I kind of hope that they ping themselves here at some point. And Enthrall the Pit. Okay, so they're that kind of deck. They're the kind of deck that steals your stuff. I will keep a close eye on my possessions. Let's move this. I can see better now. Will you kill my creature? It looks like you're about to target it. What's the matter? What's the matter, Mater? I mean, if I'm gonna discard it anyway, I think I would like to try to activate this. It cost me a life, but in the end, I don't know if it's gonna matter. It means that I can block their thing. Oh, that's any card. Well, now I feel silly. Why did I think that was a duress? Well, he's gonna come in and put a counter on all my other vampires. But I don't have any vampires. Alright, let's discard our Sulphurous Springs. We will swing in for 3. We will play a swamp to not get pinged. And most likely we shall discard away our Haunted Ridge. Yeah, I should have played the Haunted Ridge and then, you know. I didn't do that. These both have Menace, which is very good. Invoke Despair is nice. Very nice for you. Get to load your hand up. It's weird having a black spell that draws you cards and doesn't lose you life. Your opponent loses the life. You think you would lose life for whatever's going on. I don't really have a reason not to play this and play this, targeting this. Not that it's gonna die. I mean, it might. They might. But I don't think there's a negative. Okay, opponent down to 2. What do you got? You got 4 hands, I got nothing. I'm on empty. Night Clubber. Shrinks everything down. You got a second Night Clubber. You got a third Night Clubber. I'm highly worried now. You got an untapped spell. You'll get to draw 2. But I don't know if they could draw 2 cards that will let them take care of 2 creatures. You should have used Kiki to get rid of my stuff. I'll attack. You can block and kill the adversary, but you cannot block the socialite. It's a vampire socialite, and you're gonna go on. Good game, meta. Alright, a spooky vampire night. Let us keep this hand. It looks spooky enough for me. Throw down a Haunted Ridge. Cult Conscript. I will never let you have your culty ways. Harvester's got the biggest upside. He's got 3 power. Get him out there. I mean, getting in for 2 is kind of nice, but you know, I don't want it. We'll make them have a removal spell. Throw out a Valdaran Estate. Swing in for 3. I could have swung in for 4, but I didn't. I done goofed. What was I thinking? So we will play a... I think we play Epicure first. Either way, it's going to get a counter. But if we play Epicure first, then they might use their removal spell. And then it's guaranteed to get a counter from the Socialite. Where if I don't use the Epicure first, then the Socialite may die before the Epicure gets its counter. And there's the Grasp, so it ended up being better to attack first, for they would have stopped the attack had they known I was going to grow the Harvester. Fell Stinger. The question is, what do we get with the Gatekeeper? We do get a land. I think the best thing here would be... Well, if we attack, then they're going to double block. And we can kill the conscript and then exile the conscript. So let's do that. And they don't do that. Unfortunate for them. So that means we will exile a creature. We will be very silly and play this post-combat. And wonder why we did it. Now they may have a certain removal spell enchantment to wipe away 2 of our creatures, but the adversary will live. They do not. Excellent. I think we just play Ange and pass the turn. This gives him a chance to draw. But we'll be able to sacrifice 2 things next turn. Alternatively, we could have waited and played Kumano. Yeah, that's fine. Morbid Opportunist. Resolves. I mean, we could just get in there. They gain some life and block, block, block. Block, block, block. No, let's not attack. We'll just use Ange. Drain them a little bit. Make them make the move. Like a 9. There's a car down there. There's cars on both sides of these roads. The things you notice when you're not noticing the other things. Alright, Shieldred. Alpocalypse. Boom. Okay, they will be gaining a life here. Gaining 6 life, in net 4, so I'll go up to 14. That seems very good. And they're gonna massacre for 0. I guess it doesn't matter too much. I was thinking of sacrificing a creature there. But they did it for 0. So I jumped the gun. Get them back down to 10, I was up to 13. Yeah. Play our Slaughter Specialist. Yes, we will lose some life. No attacks. It may have been beneficial to attack all out there. Maybe not. Okay, they invoke Despair. Resolve. We will sacrifice our Socialite. Go down to 5. Invoke Despair is so good. Meathook Massacre is also so good. Okay, they're back up to 19 all of the sudden. Ridiculous. Yep, we will lose some life. Attacking here is pretty fruitless, but so is doing nothing. We will do nothing. They're back up to 19. They have 5 cards in hand. It is looking like the spooky vampires do not get to have their way today. Especially when they lose 2 life, but they gain 1 back, so the Maid of Dishonor is not doing what we want her to do. Alright, Despair has been invoked. We will sacrifice a creature. we will get attacked for so much that we will die. They don't have to, but they should. It would literally end the game so much faster. Do we draw what we need? I don't even know what we need at this point. That is not it. Play it, play it. But there is no chance of getting out of this one. Alright, we'll just scoop it up. So, was the deck spooky enough? Yes, yes it was. Gift of Fangs. It did a little bit in a game, but it was not enough. Probably just put a removal spell in that's a full-on removal spell, like Cut Down. Undying Malice. It did nothing. We handcuffed ourselves, so we couldn't do it. Kumano, awesome. Epicure, awesome. All of the other vampires did some good stuff. Unforgiving one. This one I want to put in so many decks and just make it work. It wants to work. So I will most likely try this spirit in many other decks. Otherwise, I had a good time, even against the menace of standard mono black. Yeah, fun deck. Make some changes here and there. It's spooky enough. Have a nice day.